You know it. I know it. Gourmands aren't going anywhere. And this is the year where I finally started to explore the soft gourmand, sort of soft twisted gourmand trend rather than trying to avoid it. In my life, gourmands, similar to classical citrusy colognes, is the category that self-perpetuates itself despite very judicious pruning strategies and tactics I deployed over the years. And 2026 is where I am willingly opening the floodgates for soft, interesting, unusual, or ever so ethereally pleasing gourmands. This is the focus, and I'm not alone. Let's see if any of the perfume oligarchs, the big four, as we call them in the community, have anything prepared for us in terms of the trends. Can we foresee what's going to flood the release cycle? I mean, now it's probably the perfect time because everybody's preparing for the warm weather. People are starting to think vacation, summer, and yada, yada, yada. All right. Here is Simrise promising us the year of hyper real fruits. I'm all for it and already have purchased a few. Looking forward to any releases that are actually hyper real instead of dehydrated juice or synthetic flavorings. So they pretty much, Simrise has started moving its focus, expanding and trying to win more in the flavor category. They have a huge branch of investment into pet food and pet care. That said, they're still pretty much a major player when it comes to fragrance ingredients. I think they produce most of the world's menthol. Anyway, this is the quote: "The sweet science era is arriving for the next gen tropical boom. Think lush guava, velvet cacao, neon bright acai." I like the idea. A few fragrances that I got in my exploration of soft gourmands today that I'm going to show you a haul with several fragrances, quite a few. I better slow down the roll. When I read about this Coachella acai bowl trend, hyper real to me is not exactly the acai bowls. I've been to quite a few establishments that serve those neon bright, colorfully layered drinks or bowls, and I haven't found them to be the most natural tasting. So define hyper real. Is it that is beyond reality rather than very, very much rooted in it? I don't know. Anyway, who else is coming out to play? We have Givaudan. All right, even bigger player. Very heavyweight fragrance ingredients and fragrances producer. Think of it this way. Most Sephora, white label, TikTok, Instagram brands, and the giant portion of celebrity brands have nothing to do with perfume houses or master perfumers. They're ordered in bulk, and we get people or groups of people who've got a lot of money and want to make a buck, or companies that don't have perfumes as part of their portfolio but want to make some. They usually go to the big four or an intermediary that has exclusive or very juicy low cost contracts with the big four, and they just make them perfumes or take off the shelf some pre-patented formulas. They have an army of junior or not so junior perfumers, so they pretty much create white label stuff for majority of TikTok celebrity / Instagram niche, right? Brands that you don't know where they came from and you don't know if they're going to stay on the market in 2 years. So these big guys take care of it on the background. So Givaudan is giving us this promise. It's going to be a savory gourmand era. So it's a shift from sugary sweet towards salty savory, and I would want to add to it twisted gourmand, something fairly twisting away from ethyl maltol, from this burnt sugar that we had reign for such a long time, with the most notable examples is La Vie Belle by Lancôme and Angel Mugler. So it is sticky rice, sesame and salt. Fragrance will enter its savory. I mean, English majors also need a job, all right? Gourmand era in 2026. All right, okay. Savory gourmands, hyper real fruits. I still gotta say, I don't think we've had enough of soft, subtle, whispery, introverted, intimate gourmands. Here is what I got. Let's start with, how am I gonna justify this? I don't know. I got a whole line, a limited edition release of Delicious Latte. It's called by DKNY. I'm not a big fan of the original apple. That said, I respect the line. Anything round, all of these apple designs, be it Nina Ricci or DKNY Be Delicious, I live for them. Packaging 10 out of 10, super cute. They repackage them for every limited release. I love it. I love this whole idea. I think it's beautifully packaged. I could not resist because it fits exactly to the T of what I was looking for in 2026 when it comes to gourmands. One thing though, Be Delicious is known for these super juicy, mouth-watering sour apples. So for them to issue a latte collection that makes us think of soft, fluffy souffle, like milk frothy gourmands, right? Nothing syrupy, nothing heavy. That was a surprise. I wouldn't put in Be Delicious. Nevertheless, the first one is gonna be the pink one, pink green one. It is called Matcha. I love matcha. I do splurge on a matcha latte every once in a while. So I thought, why not? The notes were really intriguing because despite being called matcha latte, the notes are matcha, apple, and sandalwood. To me, matcha, apple, and sandalwood. To me, this is pretty much Be Delicious with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I'm not in the possession of the original Eau de Parfum, so I can't really compare, but it smells like what I remember Be Delicious to smell like, and nothing like matcha, nothing like latte, and nothing like sandalwood. It's sour apples or some other very sour, fresh note. I'd say it's fair to call it sour apple, with a scoop of vanilla ice cream somewhere landing at the end in the heart. I wore it quite a few times and I haven't noticed much of a opening or complexity of how it lives on the skin. So great, I love sour apples, but it's just not, to me this is a fail because it doesn't deliver on the visuals. Pink, green yes, but sandalwood and matcha are simply not there in my view. Matcha can have this slightly powdery, slightly scratchy feel almost, and there's no milk here, there's no milky sandal. I don't know what they were thinking, how they balanced it. It's just a sour apple with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I like it, I'll wear it. I always enjoy a freshie when I go to the gym or whatever in the morning, but it's probably not something that you should go and grab immediately. But I bought all of them, so we're gonna continue. What I thought that's gonna be it. And I hope that since these are not too expensive, that this could be something I can recommend to everyone if you just want a wearable vanilla ice cream fragrance that is not too whipped cream, that is not too not too creamy, not too heavy, not too condensed milk or caramelly, because in my view, vanilla gelato or vanilla gelato milkshake, it has this special softness to it. It's not in your face sticky sweet. So the Be Delicious Latte Vanilla absolutely delivers on the promise. This is what I call a quintessential soft gourmand. If you're not sure which vanilla to pick, and there are many to choose from, I think this just does the job. It's super cute. I mean, is it a little childish? Yes. Is it fun? Absolutely. Sweet vanilla ice cream. There may be, what else do they say is here? Vanilla, solar amber, sunny amber, and musk. Musk here is the boiled musk type, as I call them. It's custard cream style. I love it. It's very uncomplicated, simple. It's quiet. It's demure. It feels very just nesting in your pajamas, being all very cute, fluffy, and Easter bunny like. It's beautiful, and like it's beautifully packaged. It's fun. It's not expensive, and I used to own Maison Margiela. I think, what is it? It was Sweet Delight or something like that. It was like white metal box with Medellin cookies on it. So that was what, 3-4 times more expensive, and didn't do much more than this does, in my view. So if you're looking for a soft vanilla, but something that is non-offensive, but has like 10 out of 10 packaging and fun factor, because again, you can buy a body spray. And if you have your favorite cheapy vanilla, please list it down below. I always need to have a list, a stash of backup options to go. Just, that's not something that you want to spend a lot of money on, in my view. This vanilla ice cream stuff is ubiquitous. You can buy it anywhere for any price point, whatever you want. I just think this is a particularly well delivered, from concept to olfactory design to the price product. I love it. I wear it with pleasure. And many of you know, I'm not a big fan of sticky syrupy gourmands. So this is Perfume Nation approved vanilla gourmand. It is not condensed milk, it's not cloying, it's not syrupy, it's not annoying. It's fluffy souffle, marshmallow, vanilla ice cream type of situation. Love it, love it, love it. And the third one from this collection, by the way, I bought all of it with my own money, believe it or not. Please send help. Be Delicious Latte Pistachio. Pistachio, I think, has been all the rage for 2 years now. Who hasn't made a pistachio gourmand at this point? I think every Sephora brand tried. It's the lawn that was walked on by a squadron of horses. Like it's just been done to death, but it's still interesting because it's that sweet spot of curious, fun, easy to understand but twisted gourmand. So I had to get it. The notes here are toasted pistachio, peony as a flower, and marshmallow. Peony, pistachio, and marshmallow. That is intriguing. If that's not intriguing, I don't know what is. I absolutely love it. If I had to recommend only one out of everything today, maybe we'll see by the end of the video, but out of these three, this is the most interesting yet still subtle, breathable, soft gourmand. And to me, I don't get the pistachio. That's probably -1 point. It's a disappointment because I don't get the pistachio story here whatsoever. I don't feel pistachio at all, but I feel a slightly sweetened, almost slightly spicy Peony. In my view, Peony as a floral has not been done correctly. I even got Peony by Penhaligon's, a revered take on Soliflor of Peony as a flower. There are so many Peony rosy, sour, musky, rosy fragrances. I think Beautiful is one of them by Estee Lauder. But nothing that I've ever tried actually smelled of Peony to me. Maybe this lighter, fresh frequencies of Peony, but a real Peony flower is very hearty. You know what I mean? Like, it has a heart. It has a softer, almost slightly spicy landing to my nose. It's not all this like fresh floral stuff. And none of the perfumes that I've tried to date have done a good job carrying the opening, the top notes, the heart of the Peony, and how lovingly vivacious it is. This, because of the soft Gourmands notes that they added there, is one of the best Peonies I've tried. Not because it's hyper realistic depiction of Peony as a flower, but because the soft gourmand base of it gives the Peony accord heart. It gives it substance. It lands it a little closer, like a warm hug. I love this one. Be Delicious Latte Pistachio. I don't know where you can get that. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of places to try. That said, the best place to get all three and get covered for this spring and summer is the link down below. In my view, all three have their own place. And again, I mean, can you blame me? Can you blame me when you see these cuties? It's so cute. It's so yes, it is silly. It is also very cute and very well done for a mainstream designer brand and of a limited release. In my view, it's right to the point. Culturally, olfactory design wise, this is what designer perfumery is meant to be for us. This is very Coachella, acai bowl stuff. And it is actually more natural sounding to my nose than many other forms of it, even more expensive ones. I love it. If I had to rank them, Pistachio definitely number one, because to me it's a heartier, lovelier, if you can hug a Peony as a flower. The second best is classic vanilla ice cream. So good. Soft, souffle, frothy milk foam. And juicy sour apple, bright, sunny, a little bit silly. Like it just doesn't pretend to be more than what it is. It doesn't try to be serious. I love it for it. All three. I could recommend all three, but if I had to pick one, it would be Pistachio. Love them. Also, if we're talking about sticky rice, I think a classical case that you have to consider is Fils de Dieu by Tatli Bird Orange. That's pretty much based on this coconutty sticky rice accord, and it's devoted to Philippines culture. I'll leave a link below to that too. But I talked about it to death, so we're gonna move on to things that I bought that are recent. And I've started searching for a coconutty fragrance that would not be old school SPF cream coconut, that would not be oily, that would not be overly condensed milk sweet. There are a lot of coconuts like that. So to find a more subtle, a more contemporary take on coconut is not as easy as I thought it would be. And I saw another cheapie that has a fairly reliable reputation among people who don't have much of a budget to spend on perfumes. Old school. Elizabeth Arden green tea, they had a flanker that's called Coconut Breeze. So I thought coconut water plus the signature Elizabeth Arden green tea accord sounds about right, in theory at least. Alas, Either I forgot the green tea formula or this smells very synthetic. They cheapened something that was already pretty cheap. I barely get any coconut water or coconut here at all, if any. Maybe some hint of coconut water, but it just smells like one of those synthetic bathroom refresheners. Not happy. I didn't pay much for it. I got a tester, but I so wanted to bring you something super duper cheap and super duper cool. And I think Be Delicious, the limited edition one, is where it's at. But I cannot recommend this thing. It just doesn't deliver on the coconut and the green tea base. Maybe I forgot it, or maybe they cheapened it. It just, no bueno. This is no good. I will never use it as a personal perfume, first of all. And second of all, I might have to use it to clean surfaces, like a flavor disinfectant. Sad. This is sad. I think that from Elizabeth Arden, a slightly better line that is very affordable that they have is their white tea. I have white tea ginger lily, which smells like a super juicy iced tea, sweetened iced tea. It's fun, it's simple, it's delightful, but otherwise I think green tea line is no longer a go for me. This is going to be the last one that I bought from Green Tea by Elizabeth Arden. And we're moving up the chain in terms of the costs, but I could not give it a go with Akro, because they so far have been the most successful new niche brand when it comes to fun, interesting, but easy to wear gourmands. Their Bake is famous, Awake is famous, I think Rise is also fairly famous. So they have a lot of gourmands that people appreciate. So I got several more. What am I going to start with? What are we going to like? Okay, let's start with Glow. So Glow, they come with this tin cans, which I use for tea. I got small ones, but it's still if you get several, it bites a little bit. This one is called Glow, and it looks like a golden bar. You would look at this and ask me a very reasonable, logical question. Maria, what does this have to do with soft gourmands? Are you tripping? And I'll tell you, I am not. I am not. Because this, unless you're very easily put off by slight incense presence, this is an incredible, soft, fun gourmand. First of all, I'm a sucker for anything pepper, especially pink pepper. Second of all, as usual with Akro, it's a very simple pyramid, but in contrast to a lot of Instagram or TikTok niche brands, Olivia Cresp, who is the master of glamorous, popular fragrances, he knows how to deliver simple pyramids with a certain level of craft, with a certain level of finesse, and yet keep them very much glam friendly, right? You don't have to know 50,000 intellectual references to understand what this smells like and how to enjoy it. To me, the incense is way more pronounced on the blotter. Glow, I would heavily recommend you put directly on skin, or at least some warm surface, because on the blotter, I get the pyramid exactly as they listed. So the pink pepper, the incense, a cool tone. The incense here is kind of cooling effect. It makes it a little bit brighter, a little bit more piercing, a little bit cooler. And then vanilla, slightly smoky vanilla at the base. But on the skin, believe it or not, it's bubblegum. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. It is this bubblegummy vanilla. It's almost fruity. I don't know how it works. Don't ask me about the magic. I'm not a perfumer. But it is probably my top favorite of the Akro fragrances that I'm going to show you today. I thought I would get like, oh, this is going to be an interesting gourmand take on incense. I was raising my brow, ready to over-intellectualize this to death. And I got the most fun, bubblegummy, semi-sweet scent. This is great. Don't be afraid of incense. If you are generally cautious about incensey fragrances, I feel here incense nearly disappears, but it's worth testing on the skin. On my skin, it's bubblegum. I know, crazy, but lovely. Okay, the second one that I got was Crush. I love how they package them. I personally get a lot of use of the tinfoil. I don't know how about you, but I have always more things to store for some reason. So Crush. I was a little apprehensive. I thought maybe I will meet my limit on how much of tolerance I have for edible gourmands. Nevertheless, well, this is where that takes me to what people now expect at Coachella. This is a very, fake good for you, performative virtue signaling culture in olfactory design. And in some way, it's cool. But in some other way, I would call it yet again let down by lychee in the marketing release. I want lychee. This to me does not smell of lychee. It's neither lychee nor almonds. It's more this run-of-the-mill sweet praline, toffee, these indiscriminate sweets, chocolate sweets type of a note with rose. I've had that in many fragrances. I can't quite point my finger at one. I think Itatli Berderange 5,000 Years was something like that. Pretty much you click on the note praline on Fragrantica and all of them somehow whatever accord of aroma chemicals is involved to produce this illusion, it kind of dominates the story. So think rosy berry syrup type of thing with praline sweetness, and everything else it's sort of maybe there, maybe not. It's okay, but it's only okay. I've worn it. I can't say that there's any more interesting opening or dynamics that you can find there. It's cute, it's fun, I guess it's trendy, but it's a bit cloying, it's a bit annoying. It's not ethyl maltol, it's not La Vie Belle stuff, but it reminds me that in the way that this sticky sweet note, when syrup sticks to your skin and you go to the beach and then you get sand that sticks to it, everything else just gets sticky and yucky. That's what happens to this one. Maybe that was not the best soft gourmand blind buy that I've done this year. Let's just leave it at that for now. And the third Akro that I got is Smile. Now I have quite a collection of Akro fragrances, and if you want to sample any of them in any order, I'll leave a link down below, because I think they have decent samplers, but you don't have control over which ones you get to sample. So if you wanna control your own journey, link is down below. Smile. Let's see. Okay. All right. This is even more synthetic smelling to me than the Crush. And this is what actually I get a lot when I go to those pseudo-natural acai bowl I don't know how to call it, cafes, coffee shops, and they don't sell coffee usually. It's even, they have all these like fake brightly colored sprinkles and all the add-ons that's supposed to be good for you, but like you keep layering things and adding things. It's like Froyo yogurt shops that was supposed to be a healthier option than a generic ice cream, but ended up being even worse for your health and even more synthetic. It's the same thing. Like some of those concoctions I feel are like way worse than eating a steak. It's citrusy. It's very bright berry citrusy. It's almost like if you ever tried to get one of those vitamin C capsules and actually let it melt in your mouth, and you get a lot of this acidic, citrusy, pretty much acid. That's what it smells like. It's supposed to be bergamot, raspberry, clary sage, and musk. However, to me, this is just a fake lemon with raspberry syrup. There's something sweet in here, like syrupy, but it's better on the skin. I'll give it that. It's slightly softer on the skin than it is on the blotter, but it's generally, if I didn't know who made it and how much it costs and how conceptually, flirtatiously fun and poppy is it supposed to be, I would have said this is just some bathroom refreshener, yet another one of those like super cheap, super bright cleaning products maybe. If I was to choose a berry scent that was truly cool and yet still not too complex, not going to some gooseberry or like really exotic Arctic berry territory, something fun, understandable, cool, easy, but berry, I would go with the 10th Hour by Cartier. I find that the sour sweet berry accord is done more faithfully there than here. I will wear it. It's fun. It's almost like one of those super synthetic lemonade sodas. But it's not worth the money. It's not the best. It's not the best. If you want lemony raspberry hard candy, just buy a 10th Hour by Cartier. I'll leave a link below for both. Just saying. It's fun. It's sour sweet. But is it worth the price? You tell me. I feel like I ended on a sour note. Not as cheerful as I imagined this video to be. But I enjoyed this. I'm gonna wear all of them. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm just saying that sometimes you can spend really big bucks and what you end up truly enjoying is gonna be just one cheapie. That said, buying the whole market just to find one underrated, underspoken, undersung hero, you might still spend more money in total than this is just getting what you want in the first place. So you win some and you lose some. All in all, clearly the top one is Delicious Pistachio, which is a very wonderful semi-sweet peony. Number 2, I would give it actually to vanilla. Yeah. And number 3 is gonna be Glow. I did not expect to include this in the Soft Gourmand haul or review, but the Bubblegummy Glow by Akro, it was just such a mind twister. So I have to include that. Everything else, interesting experiment. These decisions were made. Blind buying, you see how it goes. It says almost half and half at this point. I'll wear all of them, all right? But this is the category that you'll find use for. It's a category that's easy to regift. easy to use up on your towels, on whatever you want. So it's not really a total loss. But I'm just saying. Yeah, that's where it's at. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, there is a ton of useful information in the description. Don't forget that. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. If you want to see more, consider joining the circle, the inner circle, and becoming a patron, the guardian of the galaxy of Perfume Nation. I can't wait to see you in the next video. If you like and subscribe, I'll definitely see you there.